Hey, what's going on, people? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? As you already see, this is your boy, the Six Man K Styles, with the Six Man Combo. It's Thursday night. You know how we do. And today, hey, we got, as long as with Mad Mike. Hi, Mad Mike. Mad Mike. Boys. And look, we got a special guest today. This is one of my peoples right here. You know him very well as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put you on the screen. I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? This your boy Ricundo, real Falcon fan, coming back for another combo with the Six Man and Mad Mike.
You already know how we do it over here, man. Hey, man. Hey, but before we do this six-man convo, as we already do, you know what we gotta do before every show. Before we start talking, it's the
Real.
roll call. And today's roll call, sponsored by nobody. We got shouts out to NBA TV for that one. Well, TNT Live TV, whatever. Joseph Thornton. We got Atlanta Nation in the building. We got Harrison the Bunny too. That's a name I ain't seen in a while. We got Raheem DeVille. We got CK22. We got Michael Walker. Hey, shouts out to Noah Tyndale. Y'all make sure you show him some love. We got Pat Norris and V. So tonight's episode and how we're gonna kick this thing off right. Wait a minute. I got the thing. Here you go. I'm gonna set this up. The question tonight is: how should the Falcons pick in the first round of this year's draft? Now, I'm gonna set this up. As we've been seeing a whole lot of stuff going on, like everybody's getting excited about the Jordan Davis clip, training with Chuck Smith. You see people are excited about a Joe Bow and Lindenbaum and stuff like that. But what brought this conversation up to me is, this time of the year, and Mike will tell you this time of the year is Mel Kiper Jr. stupidity time of the year right now. Now, I'm not going to say he's stupid for this pick. I'm going to say he a dumbass for this pick. But he said the Falcons should use the 8th overall pick on Malik Willis. So I said, hey, let me get my folks over here and see what they think, how they should use the first round pick. So for this conversation, we're going to start off with Ricardo. So basically, let me know who should they use? Should they pick at 8 and who? Should they trade back and get who, or trade out the first round? Let me know what you got on that, man.
All right. So first of all, I don't think that any quarterback in this draft should go top 10. That's just my opinion. First off, I don't think any of these quarterbacks that's out there should be a top 10 quarterback. I don't have a problem with Malik Willis coming to the Falcons, but if they draft Malik Willis, it should be probably in the 3rd or 4th round. So for me personally, if they pick Malik Willis at number 8, basically the Falcons telling us that just go ahead, and this year gonna be like last year. We trying to rebuild. That's what I'm gonna take from them. If they pick the quarterback at number 8 and they pick Malik Willis, they basically telling the fans that we just gonna go ahead and get ready to rebuild. And we're gonna go ahead and start our succession from Matt Ryan right now. That's what we're doing. Because you pick a quarterback number 8, everybody gonna want him to play right away. And I don't think he's ready to play right away if he comes in. So you pick him 3rd, 4th round. If he's still there, that's fine. Personally, with me, the Falcon got so many holes. So the direction I would go probably, and this is if he's still on the board. And I know everybody look at me crazy because we've been trying to get a good offensive line, but I'll pick Tyler Linderbaum. That's just me personally. I get a great center. If we want to be a great running team, I really don't know if Matt Hennessy's the answer at center, and I think Tyler Linderbaum, he'll roll greater, and we want to be able to run the ball, that's where I would go. I'll go Tyler Linderbaum, or move back and try to get some more drafts. But I mean, did they go Jordan Davis? That's fine too. But I would definitely wouldn't pick Malik Willis, not at number 8. That's just me.
All right. Hey, I like that mentality on that one. Mike, we're gonna go ahead and get your take on this. I know you looking like you got some I'm finna smack the shit out of folk vibe right now. So how would you attack this first pick?
I'm fine. I'm good. I know that dude lost their damn mind. If you're gonna pick a quarterback with the number 8 pick in this draft, that's just suicidal. Like you're trying to destroy your franchise with that. Like that's not you try to make progress with your draft. That's actually moving backwards. Like it's like, what's the point of bringing in a guy, a quarterback when you have no receivers? Like, let's like use your brain, bro. We ain't got this man Calvin really out here. Should I bring it up? Nah, I'll wait for that. We'll wait for that. We'll talk about that. But we ain't got no receivers, and you're gonna bring a quarterback in. We ain't got no like I said, it's not a progressive move. I'm not doing that in the first round. It just doesn't make any sense. The more that I think about it, the more that I just gotta say you gotta go with Jordan Davis at that 8 pick. Because what you looking at is we have defensive pieces. We got pieces in the secondary, the linebacking core, and you have in the front, front three, front 4 on the defensive line. You have to bring in a piece that's gonna you got to bring in a piece that's going to maximize those guys' abilities, and having a guy that can take up double team, triple teams at time, that's going to make sure to keep the offensive line off of Fourier. You're going to keep them off of Dion. You're going to keep them off of Mike, and you're going to allow them to use their athleticism. We've seen all these guys with picks, for the most part. We know what Debo is capable of. We know what Fourier is capable of. We saw this year what Mike Walker is capable of. So it's like, I don't see why you would take a guy in that position, because he does nothing to help this team. Like Malik Willis being taken at 8 does absolutely nothing as a progressive move. Progress. We're talking about progress. Progressive. We gotta make a progressive move forward. That's not moving forward. If you take a wide receiver, an offensive line, a running back, or a defensive lineman, that's moving forward. But what you bring in a quarterback, that's doing nothing for the talent that we have here.
I like that. CK22 here says, unless Hamilton, Neal, or Tibbs somehow is at 8, I really want us to trade back and target Traylon Burks. We could score a solid edge and defensive tackle in the second. That's a very interesting one. Rico 312, Millie Mills, Yusuke, Bridget, Seekbo, what's going on? Appreciate y'all joining us. If y'all just joining us, we're basically talking about what should the Falcons do with their first pick. Y'all can give y'all thoughts in the chat while we going on with the show. Go ahead and get myself on the screen here. Rico here says Kyle Hamilton. Millie Mills got Burks, Davis, or Karlaftis. I'll take Stingley if these there too. This is gonna be very interesting. Like I said, this is one of this year's draft to me is like one of those kind of like frustrating drafts, because it's a lot of players that can help this team in the immediate future. Remember, We gotta remember this. The sales pitch for this new regime was building this team for the now
and
the future. Like I said, Malik Willis is not a now pick. It's only now for people that want Matt Ryan gone. That's the now pick for them. But as I've always said, you do not bring a young quarterback to a situation where there is no foundation set. Look at these playoffs. I love the playoffs this year because it's showing you a whole bunch of stuff that the Falcons don't have. A whole bunch of situations that can get you to where you need to get to that the Falcons don't have right now. Now, me personally, here's my mindset about it. I get this weird feeling that Jordan Davis might get picked before that 8th spot. I don't know where I'm getting this from. Ever since I saw that Chuck Smith video of him and the dummies, and he looked like he lost weight too. And that's the one thing we wanted to see. He looked like he about down to 340.
Yep.
So I think I think those top 5 teams are going to fall in love with that because they all need nose tackles as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're looking, and I'm just going to use this scenario. Let's use the scenario that Jordan Davis, Kyle Hamilton are not there. What would I do? Me personally, if I'm looking at that situation, if that happens, I'm trading back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first. That'd probably be the main thing that I would do personally. I would trade back. Only be like I said, and what that would do is that would lighten the financial burden, get more picks within that top 60, and you still getting good players out of that top 60.
Mm-hmm.
Because trust me, if you trade back with somebody that comes up front that might need a Derek Stingley or might go for the offensive tackle from Alabama, they going to give up them second round picks to go get up there. And what I would probably do, and Mike said it here about we got the defensive pieces. I'm big on Devin Lloyd, man. I don't know. He kind of gives me that. And the one thing we gotta say about Dean Pease too is we gotta know about his defenses as well. As far as him having a mountain up front, he always had at least one middle linebacker that was kind of stout that can move.
Mm-hmm.
And Devin Lloyd is one of those linebackers. I know everybody's talking about Nakobe Dean and, like I said, what we've seen from him. But he's basically built like Deion Jones. He's built the same exact way as Deion Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Lloyd is 6'3", 250, 260, and he's versatile as hell around all linebacker spots. So you're getting an edge rusher, you're getting a middle linebacker, you're getting a guy that can get sacks, you're getting a guy that can get picks as well. So that's probably that's where I would go.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I like that because if you think about it, if you saw what Michael Parsons did, I mean, Michael Parsons, he was that kind of player like that could just change.
Right.
I mean, Dan Quinn lined that joke up everywhere, man, all over the field.
Right.
I mean,
right. But I see what Mike goes with that as far as saying we've already got the linebackers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But this will only work if they decide to let Fourier go, and that's the only issue.
Yeah.
And we can't afford to let Fourier go right now. So
but you got to think about, because Mike started off when he said that we ain't got no receivers. So
right.
like I was telling you, I mean, we got 2 receivers on the roster, and one of them want to go somewhere else. He probably ain't gonna be here next year. So we have no receivers. Let's just start right there. So they could go receiver 8. I know nobody want to hear that. They could.
I wonder where they heard that from.
I mean, because we have no receivers, man. I mean, we got Frank Darby and Calvin Ridley, everybody talking about he ain't gonna be a Falcon next year. So, I mean, you're talking about a need and some good players in the draft.
Hey man, hey. So I'm still here on the side. So I'm glad you said that. So let's say if the Falcons do go wide receiver, who is your wide receiver of preference? Either would you pick that wide receiver at 8 or trade back and get him? Who will be your wide receiver? Who will be your preference?
So if I'm going to pick a receiver, I would trade back. And I probably get big boy from Arkansas. Julio Clones.
You said, say it again, Julio Clones.
Yep. And I was thinking about this. I want a big receiver because I mean you can pick somebody like London, Drake London from USC. He's 6'5". Just imagine him and Kyle Pitts out there.
The Twin Towers.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, George Pickens, and I think George Pickens is a raw talent. You probably get George Pickens probably and maybe you get him in the 3rd round, maybe. Because right now they got him like at 50 something, but because he been injured. But I think he's a raw talent, man, that ain't reached his potential yet. And he could really be special in the NFL. So
right. And
he's physical. And that's another big receiver. So
you said the key word right there. You said physical. All right, Mike, same question. If you would go wide receiver, who do you have your eye on? Go ahead and put you up on here.
I'll honestly have to say George Pickens. You got for me, it begins with attitude. This offense is not solely based on talent. You got to have attitude to play in this style of offense. It's all about physicality and being able to wear your opponent down. And I know when I look at George Pickens that he'll get in your face. He ready. He about that action. Like that. He really is about that action. I mean, the dude up here about to fight dudes in the stand on the sideline getting suspended. Like George Pickens is really about that action.
Yeah, he got suspended.
Not only that, he attacks the football. I always tell people all the time, I don't give a damn if you can run a 4.2, 4.5, 4.2, you crazy athletic, you can jump out the gym. If you don't attack the football, I don't care how slow or how fast you are. I need guys that will be able to attack the football and, be able to have that ability to run after the catch. Like I've seen George Pickens in action. He really is about that action. So I got to say Pickens. Obviously, I mean, probably not with the first, the 8 pick. But I'm trading down so I can get a few more assets, so I can possibly take George Pickens maybe at the bottom of the first, or in the 2nd round. I like his attitude as a football player.
Mm-hmm. And
I agree with that.
And also what I say on that as well is George Pickens. I see Atlanta Nation over here talking about you see what Pickens did to Georgia Tech. Yeah. I remember that. That's what I'm talking about. Snatching folks' helmets off. I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, real about that.
But yeah, and this is the main. And Mike, you brought up a good point, and Noah brought it up on here too. But you brought up a great point, and I actually made a video yesterday, actually talking about a receiver that's just like this, but it wasn't George Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna go. Look. I'm gonna go with George Pickens too. But this is a cheap plug on the video I did on Cincinnati wide receiver Alec Pierce, who's kind of the same type of receiver. Well, he's white, but I'm just saying he's the same type of receiver, but he doesn't have the attitude of George Pickens. He doesn't have that attitude. But this is what we talk about receivers today. And if you looked at the Cincinnati game against Tennessee, you saw a lot of receivers attacking the football. They're not letting the ball hit them in the pads.
Mm-hmm.
And I will agree with y'all. Like I said, I think George Pickens will definitely be that kind of dude that will fit down here because they need that they need that goon on the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Because we complain so much about them being goody two shoes and everybody like, let's go shake hands. Okay. Yeah. No, damn that. You know why Hines Ward was such a great receiver? He smiled in your face. But he'll bust your ass real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, George Pickens got that Steve Smith vibe.
Exactly. Now I won't even say Steve Smith. You know who I would say he would remind me of? Who George Pickens remind me of? He remind me of Anquan Bolden.
Okay. Yeah, that was Anquan Bolden was physical, man.
He remind me of Anquan Bolden. Now the only thing with him that I will say that he will, like I said, and I think Arthur Smith will I didn't really see him have too much of a problem at this at Georgia, but as long as he don't let his emotions take over and cost the team plays, that's going to be the one issue with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, but in order to change, like I say, in order to change the culture, you have to bring in physical players and physical-minded players. And Millie Mills, Alec Pierce equals Cooper Kupp. That's exactly what the video was called. So you need to go ahead and check that out. Let me know what you think. Wish I had a picture up here so I could do a cheap commercial break right quick, but I forgot to do that, so it's all good. But yeah, George Pickens definitely. You know what the play that you know the one play with him that I said I think this might be the guy they need, and I love Traylon Burke too. Because what Traylon Burke is, he's pretty much everything as far as how Arthur Smith likes to use misdirection and matchup type plays with a wide receiver. That's Traylon Burke. But one thing George Pickens did was against Michigan. It wasn't even a route.
Blocking.
He pancaked the shit out that damn corner. I said, "Yep, we need some blockers like that."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ready. We ready.
When he pancaked the hell out that damn corner, I said, them the type of blockers we need. And it wasn't even like he physically tried. He like literally just he hit that man like he was Larry Allen. I said, "Yep, that's it right there."
And see, you mentioned Hines Ward, man. I think Hines Ward like hitting people, blocking players better than he like going out for a reception, man.
He actually enjoyed hitting people.
He enjoyed those crackbacks, man.
The crackback king. That's what I call him. That's why I call him the KBK, the crackback king.
Yeah, he destroyed on the defensive ends on the end.
Shit, ask Keith Rivers. Keith Rivers' career was never the same after he got hit by Hines Ward. That's all I say on that.
Yeah, man. I seen Hines Ward in the airport one time. Man, he wasn't even big either.
Nah,
he was physical as hell.
Well, he was small. He was like what was he like 6 foot, 188 pounds?
Yeah, he wasn't big at all, man.
But he didn't give he didn't give a damn.
Yep.
But yeah, go ahead, people. Y'all go ahead, leave y'all comments. We're gonna go get a few of y'all comments here before we kind of get to the comment of the week. Let's see. We got Pat Norris here. He said Pickens in the third.
Yep.
I think we all definitely agree on that. Billy Mills, he likes Traylon Burks.
That's way too low. I'm getting Pickens with number 2 pick. He is not going in those third round, bro. You can forget that.
Nah,
he's way too talented for that.
Nah,
that's a steal. We get him in the 30, and that's to be a steal. Then.
Boy, if the Falcons might wind up getting Pickens in the third round, I'm like, Lord have mercy, boy. You done paid for a 70-inch TV at 15-inch TV prices. Let's see. Noah Tendell made a good point here. He said, sounds like Roddy White.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good comp.
That's good comp.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that what Noah's here for. He here with the information as well.
Yeah, that's a good comp, Roddy White.
Lad Nation said then he mocked the Michigan players on the sideline too. And this is what we talk about.
That's it.
Yeah, them emotions, right? Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you have controlled emotions, it's fine. But when it's out of control, then that's where the problem is gonna lie.
That probably been a turning penalty now in the NFL.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and get to the next topic. Let's go ahead. Y'all want to get all right? Everybody go ahead and start leaving your questions in here so we can get our 6-man question of the week. So everybody start leaving your questions. It could be anything from what we talking about tonight, the playoffs, whatever. But let's go ahead and get into the next topic, and this is where we about to get into. Thanks to this guy up top, I was informed by something that a lot of people have been talking about. People love like putting like speculations out there, but there was like the Dolphins was talking about, made a tweet about wide receivers, and they said Calvin Ridley was one of the first ones to like it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a possibility?
What how many picks the Dolphins got in the first round?
I think they got one. You like, nope. What'd you say? No.
Yeah.
God damn. Okay.
If they want Cam Ridley, we'll take a pick.
So you get one in the pit. Mm-hmm. So let's feed into it right quick. So if it's a possibility that Calvin really might want to go down to Miami, you say you will make that move?
Well, I mean, it's speculation that Calvin Ridley going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think everybody believe that he's not going to be here next season. So, I mean, the best pick. I mean, I wouldn't let Calvin Ridley go where he want to go. I get the best offer. That's just me. He ain't got the Julio Jones where Julio Jones gave us 10 seasons, and they was trying to let Julio go to where he wanted to go play with his homeboy, and his man crush he had with AJ Brown and everything. So that's where he wanted to go. We hooked him up. We got a good pick, and I think we won that trade, considering what happened this season. And basically the picks that we got. So, but Calvin Ridley, he's going where we get the best offer. That's just the way I feel about it. So wherever we get the best offer, if they want to send him to the Jets, you're going to the Jets. If the Jets give us a good offer, they want to send you to the Giants. I mean, that's the way I look at it. So, I mean, he don't get no special treatment from them because you want to go to Miami. Unless Miami give you the best offer. That's the way I feel about it. So that's just the way I feel about it. So if they say they want to give us their first round pick, yeah.
What you say?
He can go play with Tua again.
Where it say? Just offer it up like. All right, Mike. Let me see what you got your take on this one. What you got take on that?
First of all, Calvin really can go to hell. That's first and foremost. He can go straight to hell on a magic carpet, right? Um, Mental health is serious.
Yep.
Mental health is a serious issue. Um, I think I'm trying to put this in the most politically correct way that I possibly can without being too vulgar. You can't do stuff like that. You can't hide behind mental health. That's what he did. All this, he hid no. He hid behind social media. He hid behind um this mental health issue, and the reason why we know it to be so, you didn't come out and address the fans and say, "Hey, man, I thank you guys for your prayers. I'm doing a lot better." You come on like a pic. You like a tweet that said maybe we can trade for Calvin Ridley. That's his account. He did it. Then he tried to unlike it. That's the reason why he was on Snapchat. Anybody that knows anything about Snapchat, things go away real fast. A lot of hoes be over there, and they do a lot of things over there that disappear after a while. All right, so that's the reason why he on Snapchat. He's not tweeting because he know if he comes on Twitter, everybody's always watching you 24/7 on Twitter. So I'm saying all that to say this. I don't give a fuck if it's a third round pick at this point. Get that piece of crap off of this team. I take that seriously when people hide behind mental health because you just want to go. You just want to go. Like if you just be a man about it. If you don't want to be a part of the team, just say it. But don't say I'm stepping away from my mental health. And then the next thing we know, you posting your stuff about your stats, and then you liking shit like I said. This is him doing it. So all these excuses about him, he maybe it's another mental health episode. Like man, that man ain't karate kicked the baby. He ain't drunken on 285 doing stuff. He ain't doing none of that stuff. He's a perfect model citizen, right? But like I said before, man, I want him gone. Even if it's for a third round pick, you got to get people like that away from your team because that shows them that you're one of those guys who like one of those teams that doesn't accountability. You can't let players just come in and do whatever they want. So what I would do with Condo, I'll send his ass to Jacksonville. I'll send his ass to the Jets and see how you live it. Take your ass in the heart of New York and see how you survive there. Because New York they're gonna chew him up and spit him out up there. So I'm trading his ass to the Jets and a horrible organization in Jacksonville. That's nothing about I'm not saying anything about the Jacksonville fans, but they're great fans, but that organization is trash.
You said New York beat, boy.
Yeah, they gonna
boy, that New York beat.
Yeah.
Boy, hey, yeah, like I said, you get whatever you can. If you can't get a first, get a second. If you can't get a second, get a third. If you can't get a third, get a fifth, sixth, and seventh out of it. Because when we look at this aspect of what this team needs guys that want to be here.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of young guys here. Like that, we have to realize this team is young. They got some older players in here, but this team is relatively young, and they need guys that they can gravitate to that want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Mike send his ass to Jacksonville. Y'all balls talk about sending his ass to New York. I sent his ass to Baltimore because apparently Antonio Brown want to be there too. I sent his ass to Baltimore and see what they can do because they gonna run the ball about 60% of the time anyway.
You can really be upset then.
Exactly. And we ain't talked about that yet as far as Antonio Brown talking about he wanted to play in Baltimore.
Yeah, man.
He complained about getting the ball not thrown to him in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady. Well, he gonna tear Lamar Jackson ass up a new one if he don't goddamn get the ball.
Yep.
But
I guarantee you, he don't get more reception than Mark Andrews.
Oh hell no, hell no. That's the best throw. That's the best throw they can make in Baltimore right now is to the tight end.
Yeah, bro. He definitely be upset up there.
Exactly. But going into the mental health thing, man, like I said, you cannot mask that, man. That's irresponsible. That is irresponsible right there. Like you said, I'd rather you tell me you don't want to fuck with me than me find out. Because it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But hey, whatever team that wants him, hey, the door's wide open. Shoot, bring your offers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how you go from, and like you said, mental health is a big deal. But how you go from need time off to I don't want to play with the Falcons no more. I mean, how you go from there? Like, if you need times off, what that had to do with the Falcons? You need to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
You should be rejuvenated, ready to come back and help your teammates out. But now you all of a sudden you want to leave. So that just.
Hey, I'm about to say, did Clutch Sports then get a hold of him?
That went over so many people's head.
But like I said, we're gonna start getting into questions here. But like I said, I put it in the chat. Go ahead and follow your boy Ricondo in here. Show him some love on his channel as well. Other Falcon content creator.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we do, man. This is why we say you hit us up on social media. Like you said, we'll love to have people on the show.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
All I do is just let everybody know I talk Falcons all day long. Yeah. So exactly. When I say I'm a real Falcon fan, I'm a real Falcon fan. I talk Falcons all day long.
At least you say you're a real Falcon fan and not one of these other guys that say they're a real Falcon fan and talk about how much they hate Matt Ryan in every damn video.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you're really a Falcon fan, you watch the game, you know what you're looking at, man. They just watch the game, and you see what you see, and then you come back and be real about what you see. That's what you got to do.
Right.
I mean, so.
We
all know we saw this year. We all know we saw. We know what kind of team we had, and you just got to be real about it, man.
Right.
This team overperformed this year, hands down. The culture was there. I saw it. I mean, you put a team together when you got all these guys that you brought in that they weren't starters when they were special teamers and stuff, and you brought them in. They started for you. We won 7 games, no receivers, man. Come on, man. And it's all because of what the coaching staff did and the few veterans that we had in the team, like Matt Ryan. Mm-hmm. That's why we won 7 games. That's really what it boils down to.
Exactly.
Those few veterans we had that was here, and the coaching staff, man.
Right. But Mike, we're gonna go ahead and start getting a question. I'm gonna let you start off, but I want to just read a few comments before we get to the questions. Mm-hmm. But Drew True statement here said, I hate motherfuckers that use mental health to get out of shit. Bruh's a coward, flat out. Agreed. YMOF Jamal, the real. Hey man, appreciate y'all joining. Journey 2 statement is basically we was just talking about if you go ahead and recap the show, we basically talk about what the Falcons should do with their first round pick. And kind of just going on like what are your thoughts on that? But let's go ahead and I saw a few questions in here. And Mike, I want you to hit this question up, and then Ricondo, I got another question I'm gonna let you hit up. Okay. So Mike, the question I got for you is V said, what is more conclusive to having a good defense, consistent pass rush, or a solid coverage unit? That's a very statemented question right there.
Was more conducive to having a good defense, consistent pass rush, or solid coverage unit. So I'm basically what he basically saying, don't like which is more valuable.
Yeah.
I don't think either one. You can't have a good pass rush without a good linebacking core. You can't have a great pass rush without and it actually be effective and it works in your favor. Like everything works together. So you gotta have chemistry. I always talk about chemistry. Don't matter, like as long as you have let's just say this for example. You go back and look at that Falcons defensive line. They had Lester Archambault, Shane Dronett, Travis Hall, and Chuck Smith. Most of those guys were not high picks, but they had chemistry. You go back and look at some good secondaries. Yeah, they had one guy that was pretty good, but like, Mert Hanks, Deion Sanders. It had some pretty good what's the name? Jimmy something. I don't know why, but they had a good secondary. Like you had that one guy, but everybody else worked well together. So we talk about good defenses. Good defenses is not always about talent. Good defense is all about chemistry. How well y'all work well together. So I don't think either or. Like everything has to work together. Secondary has to be a complement to linebackers. The linebackers have to complement the secondary, and the front four, front three got to complement the linebackers. And like I said, everything works together. So we can sit up here and talk about which is more important. You can have put together one of those great defenses on paper like Philadelphia did. They had a whole bunch of all-stars on defense, but none of them had chemistry. So you look at it on paper, yeah, they look good, but when they actually hit their field, we know what that team did.
You know what I think about that question when I think about it? I think about it in the sense where it's how you get your pass rush. And what I mean by that is if you got the pressure to get a pass rush, you leaving your secondary out to dry. If you can pressure, and I think about like I just keep talking about what the Rams was able to do and what San Francisco was able to do. They was able to just get home without pressuring. And when you do that, that means you pressuring 4, you pressuring your front line. Now you got 7 in the backfield. That quarterback ain't. If you can get him off his spot quick with your front 4, and you got 7, he ain't got nowhere to go with the ball. So if you can create pass rush with your front 4, then your secondary can lack a little bit because of that. But you look at what the Falcons, only way we could get pressure, and we still didn't get into pressure, was try to bring a blitz. Because we didn't give 18 sacks, so let's keep it real. So none of that shit worked for us. But what I'm saying is, my point is that if you could get pressure, just doing your front. That's why I said the trenches, man. People, if you watch the playoff this season, it kind of told you how you need to play football. It's the trenches, man. And those defensive line dominated this playoff. The Tennessee Titans should have won. Let's be real. They dominated that game. They should have won that game. 3 turnovers. That's why they lost. But the San Francisco dominated. The Rams dominated. That's why the Bucs lost. And of course, the other game, that was just straight up no defense at all. So it wasn't no defense in the other game. So
look here. When your best pass rusher is doing the Superman pose every time he's trying to goddamn pass rush, you ain't getting sacks. This is why we call him Luke Kane. Let me see. Do I have that on here? Do you see how vertical Luke Kane goes? That is Dante Fowler right there. His feet is not on the ground. This is why we call him. This is why we call him Dragonfly Jones. He like,
and you know what I think about Dante Fowler? I was thinking about because we got him because he had 11 sacks with the Rams, right? And then I look at what Leonard Floyd's able to do, and I'm like, I don't understand how Dante Fowler he can't rush the passer, man. I don't get it. But he had chances. He was there. He was there a lot of times to set the quarterback. He just didn't make the play. And like you said, probably because he was jumping or jumping up in the air or whatever. But I think they're gonna bring him back though.
Yeah, because it actually it'll cost you more to let him go.
Yeah, so I think he's coming back.
Yeah.
But he'll be a situational pass rusher for me.
Exactly.
He won't be a starter.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, shouts out. Hey, Twisted Torch TV. Shouts out to Twisted Torch. What's going on, homie? Appreciate you joining. We getting on some of this draft talk already. Let's see. Brian Peoples. I know he come. Michael Walker. I know they come with the the Kung, I call him Kung Pao Chicken. That's what his ass should be. Kung Pao Chicken. But to answer that question, you can have a great cover unit, but what about the underneath stuff? What about the underneath routes? What about tight ends? What about the running backs coming out the backfield? That's the catch-22.
Yeah. I mean, if a quarterback can go through his progressions, he gonna find somebody.
But if you get that consistent pass rush, the quarterback ain't got time to throw the ball.
Well, you just ask Matt Ryan.
Exactly.
I mean, because he probably, it gets me when people be like, why he didn't pass to this guy? Did you see what happened? Like, he didn't have time to look for. If that wasn't his first read or maybe his second read, he wasn't gonna get the pass off. That's just how it was this year for Matt Ryan. So, I mean, if you got progression, ain't nobody can hold up that long if you can't get to the quarterback. Tom Brady, what 58 hits? That's all he had this year. That's all.
I thought you were talking about how old he was.
Into the Rams game, and then the Rams games they started to hit him.
Hell nah. Shouts out Devon Stanford. That's one of the other homies right there. We got ATM 534, the young gunner in here. he asking where Matt, my homie, they call me Yeezy at. We're not talking about Matt Ryan, so he's not showing up. So, next question. Devon called him Crouching Tiger hidden Fowler.
Wow.
But yeah, I'd rather have the consistent pass rush, man. Because if you have a great pass rush, you can have an average secondary. Because if the quarterback ain't got time to throw the ball, it makes your secondary look. It makes your secondary look good. Look at the playoff games this year. Just look at the playoffs in general.
Yeah.
What
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. What has been what have you seen consistently in these playoffs this year? Outside of the Kansas City Buffalo game.
Yeah, that was
what did you see? You saw the front four terrorizing quarterbacks.
Yep. And all I was thinking, man, if we could get the trenches set. I mean, I was looking at that 49er games when they played. I think it was when they played Dallas, and I was just like, man, if Matt Ryan was on that team, we would have destroyed Dallas.
That's all. Look, that's
Jimmy just kept the game close because he couldn't make the throws, man. But Kyle Shanahan called a perfect game against Dallas. That's how Arthur Smith want to play, just like that. Run the ball, play action.
That's a whole nother topic when you're talking about running the damn ball. We haven't seen enough rants about Mike Davis as it is already this year, so we ain't gonna go in there.
We're good on that.
We good on that, but we have another question. We actually have a couple more questions here. I want to get this one. I don't see this name too often. Jay Holland, if you're still on here, we appreciate you with this question. Hey, we got you. But he said, why is everybody big on Malik Willis when Felipe Franks does the same thing? Hey, man, it's all good. I'm gonna kick this one off a little bit. Malik Willis is the hometown kid. He's from here. That's one of the main things. And the other thing is when you start putting the Michael Vick comparisons on Malik Willis as what everybody is doing, everybody want to relive them glory days of that. Only problem is in the Michael Vick days, he struggled against teams that had linebackers that play like today. Look at his games against Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Them 2000 Buccaneers teams with your Derrick Brooks, your Shelton Quarles, your Warren Sapp, your Booger McFarland, Simeon Rice. This is what those teams are built like today. But it's like I said, I think it's just more so of everybody comparing him to Michael Vick, and everybody kind of want to relive that, and they want that guy. Like, who's the guy that can make us think of Michael Vick when we watch him throw the football?
Can I just say it?
Go ahead, man. What you got on that?
He black.
hey, I was gonna get to that too. Hey, you see, I had to Trey Young that thing. I had to throw that assist to you right quick. You see that behind the back?
I mean, let's be honest, man. I mean, like you say, first time he a hometown kid. I mean, you right. The Michael Vick comparison, it's coming out from everywhere, man. Saying this could be the next Michael Vick. So I get it, man. But I mean, it's Atlanta, man.
It's Atlanta, man.
It's Atlanta. Let's just be honest about it.
Exactly. But I like what Drew here said. He said Franks is just a runner and struggles with accuracy, pocket awareness, and decision making. And Malik is better in all those categories, but not by much. I mean, yeah, that is true, and that's why I said that's one of those things where if he's a project like that, that's why if your team is already set now, if the Falcons, if this was a team that was consistently 12-5, 11-4, well 12-5, 13-4, and stuff like that for the last few years, you can draft that kind of guy at 8.
Yep.
But when you literally had 4 consecutive losing seasons, you gotta be, like I said, you gotta build those trenches up. You gotta build the skill position up. You gotta get those running backs. You gotta get those type of coaches that's gonna bring the best out of everybody. You don't want to bring in a quarterback in a situation where he doesn't have a set team, and then all of a sudden, once he gets in that bitch and he starts looking like ass because he ain't got no help.
So Malik Willis, so what Liberty, what conference is that?
Hell, I don't know. I didn't even know there was Division I football, to be honest with you.
So he left. So he left the SEC, he left Auburn and went to Liberty. Now he put up amazing numbers, but what was the competition like? You see what I'm saying? So I just think that you have to be careful when you're looking at college prospects when they put up numbers like he put up. Not saying that he can't, do that in the NFL, because they have got some guys from smaller schools that put up numbers, but I mean, his numbers, he had some great. I think he had 27 rushing touchdowns, something like that. So
let me see. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and look it up right now, because I know, because people, like I said, people kind of looking at Malik Willis, and they saying what they doing is they're looking at the Trey Lance experiment that San Francisco had last year.
Yeah.
And they're saying like, okay, yeah, this is a Division II quarterback. He's got all the tools. He got the big arm. He can run the ball. We can work with him.
Yep.
But you forget, San Francisco, barring injuries last year, was a team that just went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they was already a good team. It was already a good team.
And the thing about it is, outside of all those, like I said, if it wasn't for those injuries, San Francisco might have had a better record that year. But it's unfortunate that they didn't, so they ended up picking that. And you got to remember, San Francisco traded up anyway to get Trey Lance.
And some people argue that they just a quarterback away.
Exactly.
So Trey Lance sitting in the back, he might have learned a lot last year, and this could be Jimmy Garoppolo last year in San Francisco. So
right,
that was the way to do it, to your point, especially if they end up going to the Super Bowl and winning it. Now they got the quarterback of the future, and you've been you already a successful team. So
right. And this comment right here by Bridget, and I appreciate you for this comment, because this is another thing that I want to talk about. We're gonna dab into it just a little bit, but I want to save this for a later thing. But she basically said, she heard a caller on 92.9 The Game said we should take Malik Willis at 8, saying Atlanta needs some excitement. Like, really? How we want to win? Fuck the excitement BS. These fans are crazy.
Yeah, and that's what it really boils down to. You know what? I can't even, because I always have my Falcon gear on, so everywhere I go, the first thing everybody always say.
What the first thing they always say?
Man, y'all need to get rid of Matt Ryan.
Exactly.
That's and you already know that's what they gonna say. You're a Falcon fan. Y'all need to get rid of Matt Ryan, right? Because they want the excitement. They want to bring back the Vick years. But nobody knows Vick only had 2 winning seasons when he was here. So people forget that. He only had 2 winning seasons. He was exciting, though. He was exciting. I agree with them on that. But we only had 2 winning seasons while Michael Vick was here.
Right. And then he actually, the dog fighting thing came around the time where he was really at a crossroads here in Atlanta too. A lot of people don't realize that he was in a crossroads too, because he couldn't improve as a passer. Now, if you notice, when his running yards went up, his passing yards went down.
Right, and that's why they brought Bob Petrino in, because they thought he could kind of bring that offense from Louisville in to try to make him better or whatever. But we know how that went. So
So Yeah, but like I said, you're gonna get plenty of excitement. But the thing about it is, if you're not able to get no weapons around him, like I said, and that's the one thing, you want to put the best players around him. It's not a guarantee that next year's draft is going to have guys that can help him win in the future. We said that about last year. Last year, we looked at this draft and said, I don't know, this draft might not be good. Look at this year. This year is one of the deepest drafts we've ever seen.
Yeah, it is.
All positions.
All positions. And the craziest thing about that, we need all positions. So
exactly.
We need all positions, man. So
what did Chris Tucker say in The Fifth Element? I don't want one position. I want all positions.
Yeah. We need all of them, man. I mean, we need receiver, running back, D-line, pass rusher, cornerback.
Right.
So, I mean, we need our every position, man.
So, but yeah, like somebody said earlier, like, okay, CK22 here says Willis is not a risk we could take when there's other potential game changers for us. Hey, that's basically what we basically just saying what we said.
Yep.
Only place we really said is at quarterback, tight end, and linebacker.
Yep.
And that's not a win now. That's not a win now move. That is a win. That is we want to tank this year to bring him in next year.
Yeah.
And if you want and then like I said, think about it like this: if you want the salary cap, and you got these folks talking about they want to see Devontae Adams here in Atlanta,
that ain't happening.
If you want to get rid of Matt Ryan this year, it ain't happening.
Mm-mm.
You ain't gonna have the money to do anything of that caliber.
Nope. There's no way.
So,
I mean, like you said, man. If they decide to pick Malik Willis, I mean, how long coaches have now? Think about it. They don't have long to start winning. I mean,
2 years.
So
some maybe even one.
So let's just be real. Let's just go ahead and put it on the table. If they wanted to go quarterback, they should have went quarterback this year. They should have foregone Kyle Pitts, went with Justin Fields, and we could be in the rebuild mode right now. If they want to do that, if that's what they want to do, we could have went down that route. But now, you in your second year, you got to produce, man. You cannot go pick a quarterback and thinking that's gonna help your team, especially at number 8. Hell no.
Yeah, because it ain't even a guarantee Arthur Smith will be the coach here after this season. That's how finicky the NFL coaching cycle goes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like I said, when you got guys that have expectations and want to build cultures like that.
Right.
Oh yeah, people. I changed the format back to the regular one right quick.
And then
just for a second. Yeah,
and then if you think about it, our schedule is not easy this year. So we might have a chance to win the NFC South.
We're gonna talk about that tomorrow too.
Especially what's been going on. But we got a pretty tough schedule this year, man. I think we got AFC North coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
And
right,
all those teams pretty good. So
Ricardo, I'm glad you asked that because Mike just hopped back on. Mike, I want to ask you this question, and I want to ask everybody this question. As we looked at the 2022 schedule, what did we say about that 2022 schedule? What was the theme of that schedule that we saw? We saw a lot of defensive teams and a lot of teams that run the ball.
Yep.
Are you gonna you bringing in a guy that's not going to be able to effectively stop teams from running the ball and or put yardage up against good defenses? You're basically bringing in a guy that's going to sit this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I know y'all just like me. I'm not tanking no seasons. I'd rather be the worst team in the league and not tank than be an okay team and just tanking for picks. You could take that shit to the Canadian Football League for all I care.
Yeah. I hate tanking, man.
I don't see the point of tanking.
Me either.
Like you just like you tanking, but like you don't know if these players are gonna be much of anything. Like you just tanking, hopefully to hit $1 trillion in the lotto. Like, that's basically what you're doing.
Right. Hey, look, hey, Bridget asking where Wakando has been. Wakando been here the whole time. You just ain't been paying attention in the chat. He's been here the whole time. It's just the first time you seen him on camera with us.
Yeah, this is my new family, man. Right before the season started, man. I found you guys. I'm like, oh shit, some old Falcon fans out there.
Exactly.
I thought I was the only one. I ain't gonna even lie.
No,
we here, man. We here, man. Hey, well, before the season starts, we gotta make sure I get my Falcon gear and stuff ready and tagged. And then right now I'm in off-season mode, so I'm in not give a fuck mode right now. But yeah, so Bridget, he's been here the whole time. You just have to pay attention to the chat. Yeah. And this is what we're talking about. If you hit us up on social media, let us know. You can be on camera with us. Or
I've shared his videos on the community tab, so check the community tab all the time.
Tab. And I put his link I put his channel link in the chat too earlier. I'm gonna do it again, but yeah, he's been here.
Yep. I can say this: these guys got me started, man. I seen you guys out here, and then I love to talk Falcons. I talk Falcons all the time with my buddies and stuff. So I decided to just start my own damn channel. So that's what happened.
Hey,
it's just how it happened, man.
Hey, look, I'm about to say this is all therapy for me, boy, because there ain't really that many Falcon fans to really talk to besides y'all.
Right, it really is.
Yep.
I like I said, I gotta hear the I wish we had Michael Vick Falcon fan base. Them the ones I gotta talk to, and that shit's depressing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, we still trying to go back to 2001 on that here, but this ain't the Millennium Tour, bro.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie though. Looking at that Kansas City Bill game, and then I started like, man, if we could find a quarterback when Matt Ryan, it's time for him to leave, we could find somebody to take your place like that. That would be great. But you can't that just don't happen every day. So you can't just take a gamble and take a chance on a quarterback because you want to make a difference. You got to build a team first, man. You just got to do it the right way. And I think that this regime gonna do it the right way. And then maybe we could go get that quarterback. But right now it's not the time, man.
See, but the only question that I have on that is, if Patrick Mahomes wasn't on Kansas City, would we be still talking about him in the same way? Not saying that he's not a good quarterback, but would he have as much success somewhere else as he would at Kansas City? Because remember, we said it earlier. Before Patrick Mahomes got drafted to Kansas City, they were a 12-4 playoff team.
Yeah, it's all based on where you go. We already know that. That's 100%.
Right.
It's based on where you go. If Justin Fields don't get a good coach, he ain't gonna make it, man.
Right. Exactly.
He's not gonna make it. I can tell you that right now.
So. I like this one. He said Vic was good for the city for excitement, and it spoiled the fans. Yep. I definitely agree on that one. It spoiled the shit out of the fans, boy. It was like, shit, we got ESPN highlights every week. That's my reason to watch ESPN. That's all you saw, running. You ain't see him pass the ball as much. You see him with the deep ball.
Oh, he can run fast.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why that's one of the main reasons why Jim Moore Jr. wanted to get out of Atlanta and go to his alma mater. Not because he couldn't win but it was the fact that it was pressure coming from the higher ups to get a coach to get in here and help Michael Vick develop into that quarterback. He had the potential to be what you saw in Philadelphia is what you didn't see in Atlanta.
But see, what we didn't know that Michael Vick was taking his playbook home, throwing it in the backseat of his car. Remember he said that. Remember he said that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just went home. He didn't even study, man.
Oh yeah, he was.
That's what he did to us Falcon fans. He didn't even try to learn the playbook. He just went out there and played sandlot football. And then when he got Andy Reid, he started trying to learn how to play quarterback.
Exactly.
That's why he looked different.
Oh, he was in all the rap videos though. I tell you that much. He was in all the rap videos. He was in all of them, boy. Rubber band man. Why as a Taliban? Seen him in that goddamn brown ass jacket. Like, bro, where you playbook at?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I couldn't believe that he said that, man. Yeah, I just take the playbook home and throw it in the backseat of the car.
Oh yeah, he said he didn't take the. He said he didn't. He said he didn't take the game serious.
Nope.
And what it was Jim Moore Jr. enabled him to be that way. See, if Dan Reeves was still coaching, Michael, they would have killed him. He would have killed that. He like what you saw in 2002, Michael Vick.
Mm-hmm.
That was his best season as a quarterback in Atlanta. His first year as a starter was his best season as a quarterback, and that was under Dan Reeves.
He forced them to learn. That's all.
Yeah. Year 2, Michael Vick got hurt, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's where Dan Reeves either got fired, left, whatever, however that happened. Jim Moore Jr. allowed Michael Vick to be Michael Vick, the runner. He didn't care about his progression. And that's what was a damn shame to me.
Yep.
Is if he would have had somebody that would have been on his ass, let him develop as a quarterback. Because, like I said, Vick could throw that bit deep. I don't know if anybody remember that stupid ass commercial about he could throw the ball so hard he made motherfuckers fly. When I was a kid, I believed that shit. And then I got older, I was like, boy, ain't no way in hell.
Man, I remember one game, I think it was against Baltimore, and he threw the ball, man, to Brian Finneran on the sideline. Mm-hmm. And he just flipped the ball. Yeah. Just flinged it, man. It was so effortless, man. Like, damn.
And most people don't know Michael Vick is right-handed. Most people don't know that. Michael Vick is not left-handed. He's left-handed throwing the football, but he's right-handed.
Yeah, man.
When I saw that, I like, God damn. How about that his ass motherfucker?
That's a lot of them. You'll be surprised how many athletes are like that, though. It's a lot of athletes like that.
Right. But yeah, man, he just unfortunately didn't develop, and this is what you kind of saw. And then when Matt Ryan came in, we ain't gonna talk about 2007. That was just absolute garbage. I don't even want to talk about that. Mm-hmm. So this comes back.
I was getting shell shocked, man. I thought we was going back before 1998. I was like, oh shit. I was going to go back to those years again.
Right. Right. Like Twisted Torch here said, he said, that's what turned me off about Vick. He said, not studying the playbook. How you gonna know where your play? Most of the time he didn't.
Yeah.
You could see it on the field because it was like, well, the way that Michael Vick, the way that you saw on the field was his first read was Algie Crumple. That was his first read.
Mm-hmm.
If that wasn't open,
he gone.
He taking off.
Gone, man.
He already had he had his offense. Michael Vick had his offense, and the Falcons had their offense.
Right.
That's the truth.
Yeah,
the truth, man. But I mean, it was exciting. He had to see the rocking, man. He did. I'm not going to deny that, but but it ain't like he produced a lot of wins. We went to one NFC Championship game when he was sitting on the sideline cold in Philadelphia.
Right.
He jacking on. I still remember that.
Philadelphia and Tampa Bay gave him the most trouble in his career.
Yep.
Because they were fast defenses and they were physical defense. What Dan Quinn didn't bring here, but I'm just saying.
He left the physical part out.
Exactly. They were fast. Cause think about that Philadelphia defense in that era. Think about the Baltimore defense in that era. Think about Tampa Bay. Hell, you could put the Dolphins defense in there. All those guys were physical. All those guys had secondaries that they knew that Michael Vick was inaccurate. So I don't even have to cover these guys that long. Because as soon as his first read is gone, he's gonna take off. So shit, I ain't gotta cover this receiver. Let me go and tackle his ass. Boom.
What Tampa did? Tampa just made him stay in the pocket. They wouldn't let him. That's how they played him, man. They didn't rush him. They was like, we want you to throw the ball.
Right.
That's how Tampa played him.
That's where he got issued at. Billy Mills said this one right here. Yeah, dog. When Dawkins knocked damn Crumpler out the game, Vic didn't know what to do after that. He didn't know what to do after that, boy. It was like, man, damn, my dude gone.
Yeah, because everybody remember, because he was the first quarterback to win in Lambeau Field in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah. That he broke that tackle from Kabir Bajabia-Miller. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The Pat, yeah, and like I said, we talk about receiver, and like I said, those receivers that year weren't great neither. But the one thing they did give you, they at least gave you something to throw at in the short and intermediate game.
Yep.
Like I said, Sean Jefferson, Brian Fennerin, like these guys weren't great. Tony Graham, they weren't great receivers.
They okay. What do you ask them to do? That's pretty much it. Do your job.
But you know what? You know what's fun about that? You say they weren't great, but we really don't know because they ain't like he throwing the ball a lot.
That too. Hey, that's a key thing. And like I said, and that's and I'm gonna bring this name up. Peerless Price. Did we really see Peerless Price?
Right.
We don't know. Okay, yes, we knew he wasn't a number one, but could that be, like I said, that also be a tone to him not being a number one receiver and having a quarterback that can't throw the ball to him accurately?
Think about this. Roddy White. Roddy White played with Michael Vick. People don't remember that. And everybody thought Roddy White was a bust.
Sherrod Roddy. And that was back then when they used to call him Sherrod Roddy White.
You know what I'm saying? Because he played with Michael Vick too. And
for 2 seasons.
Yeah, and he was dropping passes because I guess Michael Vick throwing the ball too hard. Coming off the left hand, I guess he couldn't. I don't know what it was, but
yeah, because he was throwing for like on average like 53% completion percentage. Yeah, you ain't. Hey, look, Isaac Crimes here said Julius Peppers gave him problems too. Shit.
Oh yeah,
Julius Peppers, Simeon Rice, like I said, Terrell Suggs gave him hell. Like I said, that's definitely facts.
Mm-hmm.
I like this question. I like this one right here. Drew True Statement said Peerless Price was definitely a product of Vic not knowing the playbook.
He ain't doing it.
All right. We're gonna end this one on the last question. This is gonna be the last question of the night. We're gonna end it on this question. I got a question here. This came from earlier. Asik Bay with this one. He said, who y'all looking? Who would y'all take at running back for this draft? I already know what Mike gonna go with this one, but we're gonna let him say it anyway. I give y'all a clue. Cooking it, whipping it up in the kitchen, and I'm cooking. What you know about it? What you know?
James Cook.
Yep.
James Cook. Why would you take James Cook? Explain.
He does everything we need. He's a okay blocker at the moment. I don't know what he'll do full time, but He can catch the ball out of the backfield, and he's an explosive runner. Falcons need explosive runners on this offense. They got guys like Quadri who can be a little something. They already signed Caleb Huntley back to a futures deal, so they just need somebody with explosiveness to go along with Cordero Patterson, who can beat that other guy. You know, that guy that replaces Cordero Patterson at some point.
All right. What you said?
I just like the like he was saying, that somebody that could change the pace like that. I mean, you just look at what Kansas City did. They had Tyreek Hill, then they went and got Mecole Hardman. Come on, man. They just add the speed. If you just add speed to your team like that, and that, I mean, James Cook, that speed, man. It don't even look like he running that fast. He just be gliding, but he be moving, man. So, and he can catch.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much do everything. You know, one thing about running backs in NFL though, they got to be able to block, pass protect.
Right.
So, and maybe we have to see how he looks in on third down, being able to protect Matt Ryan. But other than that,
yeah, I mean, I could see James Cook, like you said, he's kind of built out that Alvin Kamara mold as far as kind of being that smaller back that can line up outside, line up back. He's let's just keep he basically be Cordero Patterson 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He won't be as big as Cordero Patterson, but he'll be that guy, like you said, that guy that can line up in the slot, line up outside, backfield. He just be an X factor type of guy. And that's just one of those things that if you're gonna play like if you're gonna play Quadri Olsen this year, you're gonna need a smaller back that can kind of be like that X factor back. Because I kind of have this strange feeling, like I know Cordero Patterson wants to be here, but we don't know how much for. And are they really gonna take that if a guy like James Cook is on the board?
Yeah,
but
so I guess that's the question. You think they're gonna find a draft a quarterback? I mean, a running back this year?
Oh hell yeah! I think they'll draft two of them. No. I say one. I say they'll draft one. It just depends on what they do with Mike Davis and Cordero Patterson. It depends on what they do with those two.
Yeah, because if they bring Cordero Patterson back, of course Mike Davis still got a 1-year contract. And then if they decide to bring Quadri back, I think they need. I think they need to go get a running back. I agree with you. We need to go ahead and get a running back in the draft. We need to stop trying to get these old free agents coming out, man.
We did.
I agree, and I heard you say that. I agree with him on that. So, but it depends. Like you said, it depends on the draft. Always depends on free agency. And people really don't understand that because when the league year start and the free agency start, a lot of times they go fill some of their needs, and then it kind of determine what they're going to do in the draft. So
right.
So you just got to look at it like that.
Yeah, I see a lot of James Cook on here. Millie Mills said Breece Hall. I saw Kenneth Walker on here. I like Breece. I like Breece. That's a cool name to have a Quadri and a Breece in the backfield. That sounds like a comedy That sounds like a sitcom right there. But
what the kid name from Michigan?
Kenneth, Michigan. Damn, what's his name? Hassan something.
Is he coming out? I don't know.
I think he is.
And then of course the big back from Alabama. I think he's coming out too.
Yeah, Brian Robinson Jr.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, and like I said, if anybody want to look at prospects and stuff, go to. Besides looking at our channels as well, I'm looking at NFLDraftBuzz.com as far as running backs. Let me see. You said the dude out of Michigan, Hassan Haskins. That's his name.
Mm-hmm.
Hassan Haskins. So Breece Hall is supposed to be the number one back coming out this year. That's a big dude. But the one thing about Breece Hall, and we just said about it, Breece Hall is not known as a pass blocker neither. So, like I said, you want to take account of that. But let me see, running back that I would go with. This is very interesting because I'm gonna take a little different approach from everybody because I know everybody saying James Cook and all that. I say Karen Williams out of Notre Dame. It's something about it. Cause he kind of has he has a good one cut ability that I do like. And then you know Notre Dame also runs a pro style system as well. He's kind of like James Cook on the smaller side, but he's not as versatile.
Okay.
But he can hit you for that long run when it comes down to it. He has patience that I do like as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's very patient, looking for the hole because Notre Dame, they want to do the power running game, so you better have patience as a running back. You ain't got patience as a running back, you ain't lasting at Notre Dame.
I wonder what Notre Dame gonna do this year since they lost their coach.
Not a damn thing.
Notre Dame is gonna be doing Catholic church sermons before every game, praying that they win. on NBC. That's about the best thing they can do. Yeah, because that's how I'll go with that one. Like I said, if James Cook is not available, like I said, if James Cook or Breece Hall ain't available, I look at a Karen Williams. I like Kenneth Walker as well. Like I said, it's a whole bunch. It's like a whole plethora of running backs. Like I said, Brian Robinson, Jerome Ford, Hassan Haskins. Like I said, it's there. But we're gonna go ahead and wind it down for tonight. We about to hit that time. Definitely appreciate Mike. And definitely appreciation to Rakondo for coming on with us. As you already know, Atlanta Falcon Nation, it ain't just about us. It's everybody that tunes in. It's everybody that watches, subscribes, comment, just interaction.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to let my man Rakondo go ahead and plug himself one more again. Go ahead, my brother.
Just like the two guys said, I just started this year. My channel is Rakondo, Real Falcon Fan. Right now, that's pretty much all I talk about the Falcons. I love football, so I can talk about anything. But right now, I'm just focusing in on the Atlanta Falcons and just being a fan. That's pretty much what it is. You come in, I provide my opinions, what I think the team's gonna do. Because just like these guys say, we don't damn know. we don't know what the hell they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? They could just break it all down and get rid of everybody, man. And then I still be a fan though. Just throwing it out. So it is what it is. Whatever the Falcons do, I'm ride with them. But come in. I've been going over through positions. I did both defense, offensive line. I did receivers and tight ends yesterday. And I'm just going down position. I'm just talking about the draft right now. I get into the free agencies a little bit later after the Super Bowl. Look at the free agents out there and see what I think the Falcons' direction they're going to go in. But just come in, you give your opinions, what you guys think about what I'm saying about the Falcons, what you guys think they're going to do. We just have a conversation. So that's what it's all about. And I appreciate you, K-Style, letting me come on and chat with you guys.
Hey man, hey, we definitely appreciate it. I know they be tired of listening to us all the damn time. They need to hear they want to hear another voice.
Yep.
I know they love hearing us talk, but we just gotta let these folks know there's more people out here that may not these people might not know. Yep. So hey, you come on with us anytime you ready. Hey, I just hit you up, man.
Yeah, I just sit back, man, and laugh. They have me rolling, man.
Hey, that's what Friday nights is for, boy. That's all we do.
Try to do.
We try to get the crack jokes and stuff on, and like I said, hey, look, we got look like guy said, hey, look, guy one said, I just subscribed to you.
Appreciate that, man.
Hey, there you go, man. Hey, Mike, you got any final words you want to say to the people before we roll off?
Nope. Fuck Cam, really. Fuck him.
What if he come back? What if he come back, man?
It's still fuck him. That ain't gonna change. Yes, that's it. That's the base. He quit on us this season, okay? What? Like, he got all this time to type on social media. I don't want to hear that.
Right. But yeah, man. Like I said, we appreciate everybody. Y'all tune in tomorrow for Friday Night Madness. That's when we're gonna talk about the championship games this weekend. Might get in a little bit of Hawks talk as well.
Open it up.
We're gonna open up the call lines, man, and this is what I always say. If you're a person that's one of those detractors that kind of disagree with our takes, especially on the team, as far as either whether it be Matt Ryan or taking Malik Willis with the first pick, we want y'all to come on and say your piece first.
Man, you're gonna have everybody. You're gonna have everybody on the show tomorrow, but everybody gonna be on that mouth.
Hey, everybody ain't gonna be on the screen at the same damn time. I tell you that much. Nah, but yeah, them the ones we want because we put the bait out there. Y'all don't show up. I don't know. I follow a couple of them on Twitter, so I'm gonna hit them up too and see if they gonna really ready to come on tomorrow.
I just want to know how they explain taking Malik Willis.
I mean,
I don't know what point they can make. I mean, I'm just a valid point anyway. I know you can have your opinion, you make your point, but
yeah. Oh, I can already know what the opinion would be.
Make it make sense, man.
Like we can already guess it, and I want people to put thumbs up if they agree with me. Okay, so if they say that, three things you're gonna see is mobility, excitement. Fuck Matt Ryan. That's gonna be the three main. They're gonna be the three main talking points right there.
And he black.
And he's a representation of most of us here in Atlanta. AKA he black. Those gonna be the four talking points. I want to see some thumbs up if people agree with me. That's normally the four talking points right there. They not gonna talk about no skill set that he has as far as his arm and how his progression's going. They're not gonna talk about the plans that they need to build the team around him. They gonna say
that's it. That's look, that's what I'm talking about. You really ain't got shit to bring. Like, why are you bringing him here?
Yeah,
it's like bringing a damn cook to a restaurant. Ain't no damn food. We ain't got no damn food. What the hell you gonna cook? Roast
look, they are Papados. It's like going to Papados and they serving ramen cup noodles for $99.
Come on, like that make no sense. Make it make sense. That's it. Right. Shout out to LT for that.
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
Yep, make it make sense, man.
Exactly.
Yep.
So until next time, like I said, y'all tune in for Friday Night Madness tomorrow. We ain't here to play. We here to stay. You ain't got to go home.
Recondo.
But you got to get the hell up out of here.
Thank you, sir.
You see, he fit in just well. You see how he did that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, that's all we want right there.